Hello everyone, this is Jeff from the Front Range Community College Library, and today we're going to talk about how to use ProQuest, and specifically how to use the My Research folder within ProQuest. So there's a really neat feature within ProQuest that if you can, when you're doing a search, you can save articles for later to come back for them. You can save them in folders, you can create subfolders, and they'll always be there for you. So what you'll do, first you want to create a folder. So what you do is go up here to My Research, click on there, and then if you haven't done this before, you would do this, create a My Research account. Then you just type in all your information here, username and password. I would recommend using your S number as a username. That way you'll probably always remember it while you're here, and no one else will be using that. So it'll be a unique username. I'm going to go ahead and sign in with my username because I've already created an account here. See that I'm using my S number there. And then you create your own unique password. So now I'm signed in. It says My Research Jeff. It knows it's me. So let's say, and I'm looking at now. It's showing me the articles I've saved in folders in the previous searches that I've done. And it's looking in the All Documents. I have one subfolder created here for autism, and if I go to that folder, it'll show me all the articles I have saved in that subfolder. And I can create other folders as well. Today I'm gonna be doing some searching on Roswell, the alien UFO stuff that happened there. So I'm gonna create a folder here. Let me go back to my All Documents here. When it goes back here, I'm gonna click New Folder right down here. And this one I'm going to call Roswell, and I'm going to put my articles that I'm going to do on my Roswell paper, and I could put it inside another folder, but I'm just going to have it here in the general location. Okay, so I've got my folder created successfully, and I'm going to go back to my results here because I did some searching already, and I've got all these Roswell articles here. Now I don't have time to read these right now, or maybe I have read them and I really just want to save them to look at them later. I don't want to lose them when this research session ends. So what I'm going to do right now, there's a couple ways you could do it. You could open up an article, click on the title. When this opens up, I could click Save to My Research right there, and it's going to ask which one do you want to save it in. I'm going to tell it put it in my autism folder, in my Roswell folder, because I don't want it to be in the autism. And just you could put it in All Documents, but I'm just going to do Roswell. Now you could create a new folder too if you wanted, so it's pretty cool. And I want it to ask me again because I have different folders in there. You could tell it never ask me again about that and just put them all in one folder. Let me go back to the results. Now I could also add not even opening up the articles. I could just click the ones that look good here. I'll say those all look good, and then I'm going to say Save to My Research. Again, it's going to ask me where do you want to put them. I'm going to say the Roswell. This is kind of cool. Deselect items when done, so that I don't have to go through and uncheck everything. I'm going to save them. And then if I go up to my Research folder up here, I can quickly get back to all these articles that I've told it to save, and it's showing me all the articles I have in here. Just generally, kind of in this big general area, and if I want to say just show me the articles in my Roswell folder, it's going to open just directly to these Roswell articles that I have in there, and 6 of the 9 articles are Roswell articles. And you can do a lot of other things that are cool in here. You could save searches. You could set up an alert where you'd get an email every time a new article is published on your search. But this is the area that I use the most. I save articles in here in folders so that I can come back to them whenever I want to. Now the thing that's cool about this, so I'm going to exit now. I'm just going to close this out. Now I'm going to say, let's say that I'm starting a new research session tomorrow. I open up ProQuest. When I open up ProQuest, it doesn't know who I am now. My research, there's not going to be anything in there because it doesn't doesn't know who I am. But I haven't done any searching now, but if I log back in, when I sign in, it's going to remember those articles so now it's back here, it's back to my articles. I can say take me back to my Roswell folder, and then I can see all my Roswell and UFO articles here. And I could write my paper, and then when I'm ready to shift gears and work on my other class, where I'm working on a paper on autism, I could go to my autism folder and I could look at all the articles that are on autism. So here we're seeing a whole different set of articles on autism. And the thing that's nice about this is many times I work with students who are working with these databases, and they say, well, I found the perfect article and I was reading it, but I don't know what happened to it and I don't know how to find it again. And you know, we can always find it again. If you talk with, we can figure out how to find the article again. But this saves you from having to do that. This saves all the articles in folders in the database. This doesn't use any of your computer or your flash drive's memory. It keeps all that memory free. It's just saving links within this database to the article. You can go back at any time. When you go back to this article, you can see I didn't do any searches today for autism, but at any time I could go right back to this article that's saved in my folder. It's going to open right up. And I could do everything that I normally would do with the article if I had just done a new search on it. I could print it out, I could save it, I could get a citation, anything you're used to doing. I'm going to go back to my research to look at the other articles in there. And you can do this as many times as you want. We could do a new search here. Let's see. I could do a search, and I could do a search on, let's say, obsessive compulsive. I'm putting that in quotation marks so it forces that to be together. Let's say I want articles with obsessive compulsive in the title, and I want them to be peer reviewed. We'll do a search here. Okay, and now we're seeing obsessive compulsive in the articles. I found 567. What I can do here then is, again, let's say, well, I want this article, and I'll take that one, and I'll take that one. And you can take as many as you want. And what I'm going to do now is going to save to my research, and I'm signed in, so it's not going to be that hard to do this. Save to my research. And what I'm going to do here, it's saying, well, where do you want to save it? How about create a new folder? Let's create a folder on the fly here, and I'm going to save it in my OCD folder, obsessive compulsive disorder. And I'm going to deselect the items when I'm done. So now it's creating a folder while we're doing this. If I go to my research later, it's going to go to that special my research folder, and I'm going to tell it take me directly to my OCD folder, and then I want to look at the articles I have on obsessive compulsive disorder. And then, like we said before, whenever I'm ready, I could switch gears and go to a different class and say, well, now I want to work on my Roswell paper, and it'll bring up all the articles on Roswell that I've saved. And you can add or delete articles from here at any point. If you decide one of these you don't want, you would just click there and then click delete. So that's how you do this. It's not too difficult. Let me know if you have any questions, and thanks for spending some time watching this video.